Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kitty Mary and today we'll be talking about how to save water, both because of the planet, but also because of your energy bill. It's a win-win situation. I have some tips on how to reduce water in your household. That's just gonna benefit everybody. But before we get into those tips, this video is sponsored. This video is sponsored by Wild. I have been partnering up with Wild for quite some time. They make deodorants and I thought, what better sponsor for a video about water, bathroom, beauty routine, self-care, deodorant. You see where I'm going with this. Wild has eliminated aluminium, parabens and throwaway plastic from both their products and their packaging, which I think is amazing and brilliant. So the system works this way. You get a case and that case is for you to use again and again and again, so you don't ever have to buy new packaging. Then your deodorant refills comes in small pulp packagings that are completely home compostable. You put the refills into the solid packaging and then you twist it and Bob's your uncle. You have your deodorant. So you don't end up with tons of different varieties of packagings. It takes up so much space. It also uses a lot of resources, so this is absolutely brilliant. And they even recently improved the packaging. This new case can still be used for all the refills, also the ones you might already have, and vice versa. The difference is simply that the new case is easier and lighter and more inclusive to use, and smaller. It also uses 25% less volume of plastic, 20% less aluminum, and there is a 20% reduction in the total weight. This means that it's easier for you to store, but also that the impact of shipping it, transporting it, and producing it is smaller. Win-win, once again. The Love Heart case and the Rose Petal refill are both limited editions from Wild because of Valentine's Day. So if you want to get your hands on these, you have to act quickly. So thank you so much to Wild for sponsoring this video. You can find the links and a discount code in my description down below. Now let's get into water consumption. 97.5% of the world's water is locked in seas and oceans and is too salty for humans to use. And the most of the remaining 2.5% is in ice caps. As such, less than 1% of the planet's fresh water is available to humans, and it is in our best interest to take care of it. We can do that through our habits as well as through which companies we support and how we vote. But when looking at how to save resources, we also save money. Let's have a look at how we can save water. First of all, simplicity right off the bat, but take shorter showers. It can actually end up benefiting you quite a lot in the long end. A family of 4 can actually save around 600 euros every single year if they take 2-minute shorter showers. And if you're wondering about the impact between baths and showers, it's actually less water consuming to fill up a tub halfway and then bathe in that rather than showering for a long time. You can also reduce your water pressure or use an attachment to your faucets, sinks and shower heads that make sure that you're using less water than if it was just to flow regularly. This is kind of important to me, but turn off the water when you lather in the shower. We use up to 20 liters of water per minute when we shower. So simply just wasting that while you're not even using the water, but while you're lathering up with soap, is kind of wasteful. Moving out of the bathroom and into the kitchen. If you're doing your dishes by hand, use a washing bowl. You put the bowl into your sink and then you fill the bowl with water. And if you want to take your kitchen cleaning routine to the next level, you can also boil your water in a kettle and then use that as the hot water. Mix that with a little bit of colder water instead of just letting the tap run for ages to get the water to the hot temperature that you want. I might end up getting some reactions from this, but flush your toilet less. Toilet flushing accounts for about 1/3 of household water usage. On average, a toilet uses 11 liters of water to flush, and you don't need to flush every time you pee at home. Though it can seem unsanitary to avoid flushing when you pee, it actually spreads more germs to flush the toilet that will float around your bathroom and end up in your clothing, on your skin, if that's what you're worried about. Or just pee in your shower. Modern dual flush systems save huge amounts of water. They use just 6 liters or 4 liters with a reduced flush, which is a lot less than the 11 liters on average. Also, use your dishwasher for full loads only. And use your washing machine for full loads only. Your washing machine uses 30 to 35 gallons per cycle. And don't let your water run while you rinse vegetables in your sink. Instead, you can once again use a bowl and rinse them in that water, but letting the faucet simply just run while you're cleaning the vegetables will end up using quite a lot of water. You can also keep a cold bottle of drinking water in your fridge. That way you don't have to let the faucet run once again to get to the coldest water that you want. Having just water in the fridge instead is a better idea. Don't water your lawn and keep the sprinklers off. I actually have a whole video about the impact of lawns, so go check that out if you're interested. It's not looking great. And in areas where it's legal, because apparently somewhere it isn't legal, you can also use water collection, rainwater collection, and use that to water your garden. You can actually save up to 33% by watering plants manually instead of using automatic sprinklers. You can steam your vegetables instead of boiling them. It saves some water, but it also retains a lot of the nutrients. And if you do boil your vegetables, reuse the boiling water as stock, or let it cool down and use it to water your plants. Turn off the water while you brush your teeth. I didn't really think this was a thing, but then I read an LCA about the impact of toothpaste. I also have a video where we sort of go over that, comparing the toothpaste to the toothpaste tabs. But apparently a lot of people let the water run while they brush their teeth. Don't do that. That's wild to me. Are you made of money? Also, check your toilet for leaks. Not the vegetable. Put a few drops of food coloring into your tank. And if the water in the toilet changes color without you flushing, you have a leak, my friend, which can cost you up towards 100 gallons of water per day. And when it comes to leaks, you can also check your faucet. Fixing a drippy faucet can save you up towards 30 to 50 gallons per day. You knew I could not make a video about water consumption without talking about the shower bucket. Keep a bucket in the shower, and the water that is just dripping off of you, the non-soapy water, use that to flush your toilet or water your plants or do with it what you will. It's not dirty, like I don't want to drink it, but it's fine for my plants and it's fine for my toilet. You can also reuse cooking water. The water we use to cook our food in can be used for many different things when we're done cooking. For instance, if you have rinsed your rice, that water is really great for your hair, so use that to wash your hair in. I guess at this point you're probably wondering, why do I have to keep doing all these tiny, small, and let's be real, some of them quite inconvenient habits? Actions? When there are billion-dollar companies polluting our planet every single day, when 71% of all global emissions came from the same 100 companies, the majority of which were linked to fossil fuels. Why do you have to keep doing these small things when that's the case? Well, do I have the answer for you? These small things are not mandatory. You don't have to do any of this. The thing is, when we start to act our values, when we start to act according to what we feel and how we want the world to be, we become happier. It's just a lot easier to try and pursue sustainability and be engaged with sustainability. If you're walking the walk, you can take whatever actions and habits from this video and all my other content and adjust it to your life and what makes sense to you. So you don't have to do all of these things, and if you don't do them, you're not sustainable. That's not the case. I'm also not expecting these small hacks to save the world. That's not what this is about, really. Sustainability when it comes to consumers and not when it comes to planet, corporations, supply chains, but when it comes to your daily life, it has to coexist with you thriving and you being a happy individual. And if these small habits bring you joy or some sort of motivation and inspiration, then by all means, do them. Do them with me, because this is sort of what keeps us going, you know? But water waste and water consumption is a bigger issue than simply using a half-filled dishwasher. If we really want to save water, this is also what we should be doing. Some companies and investors that buy up land around the world contribute to water scarcity and pollution. They sometimes deny local people access to water, pollute water courses, or exhaust supplies. This can affect the ability of local communities to farm and access safe drinking water, and this is known as water grapping. One way to distance yourself from that is to find out where your pensions and investments are made, because a lot of pension funds and banks are involved in this. And check how the companies that make the products you use treat local water sources. That way you'll know you're not supporting water wastage and contamination. Now, there's really no way for me to talk about water consumption without also talking about food. And while I know that we started out talking about, oh, we have to take shorter showers, we have to flush less, but, and it's a massive but, food production accounts for 70% of the fresh water that's withdrawn from the environment. Almost everything we eat has consumed water somewhere in the process of being made, but beef is credited with the biggest water footprint. These calculations from British Beef, as well as studies for other beef producing countries, have assessed that the average water consumption for 1 kilogram of beef is roughly 15,000 liters. So you can see how you can take shorter showers, or you can simply just cut out beef and be roughly 10 to 15,000 times more effective in saving water. But we also have to talk about fashion, because 20,000 liters of water is used to make 1 kilogram of cotton. Cotton is a very impactful material, and it's also the world's biggest non-food crop that uses the vast majority of pesticides and insecticides. And right now I'm just spitballing different consumer aspects and products that contain or use a lot of water. And in that regard, I also have to talk about lithium batteries. I go into detail with this way more in the video I made about EVs, so go and check that out if you're curious. The bottom line is that just one mine can pump nearly 2,000 liters of reservoir water per second. That's the equivalent of pumping 1,209 million liters of salt water per week, and more than 63 billion liters per year. And we can also talk about the paper industry, or bottled water, and of course fossil fuels. Politically, we can hold the companies that cause water waste and water pollution responsible. Moreover, going the political route, we can also ensure to protect natural water systems. And while we do that, and while we hold the companies accountable, we can continue to flush the toilet and reuse pasta water. That was it for this video. I hope that you liked it. Leave your best water saving tips down below in the comments, and let's inspire each other. Also, a big thank you to Wild for sponsoring this video. Again, all the information is down below. I really recommend you go and check them out. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, bye. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green, zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!